Gangbanger. Fuck that shit. What about the resolutions? The resolvements of the shit? You young niggas trying to mimic what we already done 50, 60 years ago, man. We done it already. It's gone. It's done. You're never going to do it like we did it. This is why it's worse, because you're trying to compare. There is no comparison, man. People died then. That shit ain't glorified. They ain't glorifying that shit. You feel me?
Yeah. So, you were saying that Death Row was structured by the Pyrus, the Compton Bloods, right?
Right. So taking myself into that element and answering your question of what brought me in is, like I say, one of the homies, one of the cats at the time from the mob got the present opportunity to be placed in position when it came down to the security aspect of putting security over him and Hubbard security over Simon, a.k.a. Suge. So Suge now, for the first time of his life, he's always known because he lived in that area in mob. He grew up there. There ain't no secret. It ain't like he come from San Fernando Valley somewhere and he never lived in the mob. Actually, nigga really lived in the mob, but he wasn't, again, gangbanger or even a gang member. You just should lived in the hood. Everybody, we know you, so he lived in the hood.
I want to ask you something about that, because I just sit back and just watch everything, right? And so I've been looking at a bunch of different parallels between Suge and 6ix9ine, right? Suge ain't a gangbanger, ain't a gang member, right? 6ix9ine wasn't a gang member or gang banger, right? But he started popping in the music industry, and then he brought gangbangers around him, right? Go.
To cut you off real fast, reiterate on that. See, that's misconstrued information.
Okay.
69 didn't bring gangbangers into the music. The gangbangers brought his pussy ass into the music. He was already into the music. It all coincide together. That's why I made a documentary film called Hip Hop versus Gangs, which is the most influential, who has the most power. Now today, both of them coincide. But go ahead.
So explain that, because to I guess to the outside looking in, it looked like 6ix9ine was already doing music, but his shit wasn't popping.
My point.
And
see,
then
it coincide.
Yeah.
I'm the artist. I know fucking body. I'm a Mexican. Ain't nobody who's gonna believe me. I'm a Mexican and I rapping. Oh shit. The Bloods attached me to them. I get clout. I become a blood. I'm blood. I'm untouchable. Character built. Bloods, money. We got a bag. You feel me? You see the coincide?
Yeah.
So it coincides. So this is why you got all these fucking weirdos. They ain't the only weirdo. It's a bunch of these weirdos out here coincide with niggas. That's why they coincide. And the real ain't the real no more.
Yeah. And so I always hear people always on the internet saying that if it was back in their time or when they was doing it, that they would have took the bag from the person who was the lead person. I'm like, hold up. When Suge was doing it, when he was the music industry, he brought Bloods around him. Nobody wasn't saying nothing about, they would have took the bag from Suge, or what they would have did to Suge. I'm like,
because that's not a comparison.
How so? Why not? Because everybody's saying right now, if it was them, they wouldn't have let 6ix9ine dictate no gangbangs, no street shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Again, man, this is the internet digital data system's opinions. They're entitled to it. Nigga, you can sit in your mama house all day and be the richest nigga. Who know? You on the computer over there. Don't nobody know you broke as a motherfucker but you. And everybody else around you know you broke, but we don't know this. So you can speak that way. Feel me? And that's what we be having. You wouldn't have did shit. It's like, that's why I tell me, I say, nigga, listen, first of all, I'm one of the individuals come on this internet for real, homie. Out of the Nixon Garden, my nigga, that really smashed on this nigga and did what we did. And I ended up building a bond with him, a relationship. From my smashing, I should end up going into a business relationship as business partners. So I went on to make more money, make over $1.2 million fucking with the nigga, because I was that smart. Other niggas couldn't do that. So they became robots. They became the puppets, the pivots, the pawns on his chessboard. Nigga, I already had my own chessboard when I came into it. So let me move it along how this developed. Again, like I say, one particular individual got placed in position And he got the opportunity to secure the nigga. So with security, what better way to secure him? I'm bringing my homies in. Feel me? And he bring other niggas in. So he go get the homies from Peru, bring them in. Once he bring them in, now Simon got an umbrella behind it that he didn't have ever in his life. Now we walking down the street somewhere. You got cats with like double OG right here, and other double OGs is real massive niggas with real names walking down the street with you. You like part of the Red Sea, like Jesus did. And niggas is moving out the way, oh, sure. But they really going, oh shit, the Pride rules. Oh, what you got? Oh, Big A's. Oh, such. Oh, they move. So he pardon shit. Then not to mention he got niggas from the west side, from the jungles, like Stone, the General, you know, other homies from the J's is double OGs out of second generation like us. So he built I'm talking about a forceful bond behind him, right? It was unstoppable in some senses. Now, with him doing that, where the breakdown came in was the homie that he put in position to do everything. Nobody was smart enough and took enough to say, hold on, first of all, if we gonna be fucking with this nigga on this level, dog need to be involved off top, which is China Dog.
Okay.
You can't speak Paru without even talking about China Dog, nigga. That's like speaking West Side Paru. You can't speak West Side Paru without talking about King Babalu or fucking Big Puddin' Tang, man, or Cherry Carter, Chin, Big, you know what I'm saying, Chip. You can't speak these without these dudes' names. You know what I'm saying? So now you take that and you mix this formula. You had these guys together, but nobody's smart enough to tell this nigga, hold on, homie, you fucking up. So that's taking us back to the 69 theory, right? He's, in a sense, now no different than his position than he is, because both of them are, he became a major mogul in the business, and he became a major artist, known artist, right? But you're buck-ass wild, and nobody is in your ear tell you, hey, fat boy, hold on, nigga. If you go to jail, I don't get no more checks. I don't eat, I can't feed my family. And I'm going to tell you, it's prime truth, because when he started going to jail, nigga, he would make niggas turn they. And this had to be the sorriest shit in the world. Nigga, ain't no nigga gonna tell me, turn my car in, bring your car back to the office, or bring it up to the lot, nigga, until I get out. Nigga, fuck you. Fuck you talking about. So, my introduction to him in the game, man, came about. I got summons to a meeting, and in that meeting, you know, I was told, do I know this nigga? I said, no, I heard of him, but as far as the streetwise, nah, I mean, he ain't in the streets like that. As far as I know for a fact he ain't in the streets, because I would know of him. Or I've been fucked with him already, because I fucks with first and second and third generation, which is the last of the Parus. And I don't know that nigga like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you was calling me and you was asking me about such and such, oh yeah, that's the homie. And I know he acting, I know he with the shit. Yeah, I can vouch. No, I don't know that. So in the meeting, it raised my eye. It say, man, hey nigga, we don't tap it in, man. If you ain't tuned in to tap in, man, push that like, share button, man. Uncle over there sleep, little motherfucker on us, man. He nodded out, tired as a bitch, man. So yeah, man, push that like, share button, man. Tap in, man. Go tell a friend we don't tap in, man. So yeah, man. I was summoned to the meeting, and in the meeting, my attention was brought to me about, do I know him? Like I say, no, I don't know him personally. I know of him, and at this time, during this time, this was the era after Mixmaster Spade. And, you know, the World Class Record Corps, all them, I had an experience vibe with them in the early, late 80s, right? So I'm really not in the music scene. I'm on my guerrilla type shit. I'm on my gangster, the story type shit, right? So I ain't tripping on no music shit. You know, me and my niggas, I'm showing niggas how to really go get the bag, as they call it, the bag. We going to get it early. All that shit y'all doing early, I've been done it. The jury, the call, all that shit, right? So, man, I said, all right, shit, we put the squeeze down. This is how it's gonna be. We get at him. So basically, me and my partner, one of my homies, rest in peace, man, my dearest good friend, childhood friend, and the homie, straight gang member, gang banger, general in the gang, AK Ragdoll, rest in peace. We ended up putting the plan together, man, and me and the homie, you know, sent me, and then the little homie, which is a little relative, AK Top Dog, TDE, CEO TDE.
Top Dog?
Yeah, man.
Really?
It's my family.
Oh shit, okay.
Him and my little brother was the best of friends, man.
Yeah.
Topped in 8 off my mama plates, slept in my mama house, all that, man. His grand big hit man. See, we all family. That's Hitman cousin as well. That's his blood cousin. So it's all tied in. We family.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, you know, we squeezed the nigga, took a $500,000 from the nigga, man. But my $500,000 wasn't took based on no. We just got the money in. That was it. We ran and we ended up getting a $500,000. Get a production deal together. Put a production deal together where I ended up signing my first rap group, my first R&B group in the game. My first group period in the game was an R&B group called Swang, and then we were signed to Death Row. So this is how I went on to conduct business with him, like I was saying, because now my group is actually signed to him. And if had not my team and other little discrepancies had took place for us, sidebar, is what kind of like pulled us away on finishing that mission of getting Swang all the way on with Death Row. We did knock Jody's ass out the water. That's how vicious my group was. We done blew their ass out the water, man. I don't take nothing from Casey and them, but I had some real prominent, talented young dudes up off of Jefferson, man, off the west side, man, that I had went and recruited. You know what I mean? And so that was our way in the dough. So that's how we got the $500,000 through our production deal. And so from there, like I say, he came to my neighborhood, just went backing up. Like I say, summons from the meeting. Now I'm on a mission. Okay, now I need to meet this nigga. He need to know who the fuck I am. And that was the mission. So when we ran into each other, it wasn't good when I ran into him, because now, you know, of course, lights, camera, action is on. And so nigga put the mood down. And we ended up with our deal. And the rest was history. So in the process of that, he grew on from the beginning. He was real inferior to me and Ragdoll from the very beginning, but dynamically me, because my threat was different. He was like, man, this nigga is smart. He not just only a beast, but he's smart with his shit. And he knew I could combine to what he was doing as well, because that's what the fuck he was doing to my homies. You ain't really no beast, nigga. You humble as a motherfucker, but you sharp. You Jew boy sharp, nigga. And that's what I learned from him. So me, unlike a lot of the homies, when I became his partner, I studied the nigga like I do anything else. I studied Simon to a fucking T. Because, nigga, if you try to kill me or you coming after me, I'm going to know it's coming. And I swear on my life, boy, if I don't get to you first. So I studied this nigga. I took nothing for granted from him. I didn't say, oh, yeah, I got $500,000. Fuck that nigga. Yeah. No, I took nothing granted. I took everything. I took shit for granted because I studied him, my nigga. And in the end, he knew he couldn't do shit but bow down and respect me, because he say, I couldn't never buy this nigga off like I did everybody else. All the rest of these niggas, they became vulnerable to me because they was easy to manipulate. You ain't never had a goddamn Ferrari and sit in a Ferrari. All you gotta do is put you in a Ferrari, put a fucking piece of ass in front of you. You gonna go crazy. He couldn't do me like that because I could do that shit for myself.
Yeah.
So he seen that. And again, like I was telling, certain cats are compatible together in these streets because they had the same wish, they had the same lights, the same vision, the same everything, so they become competitive. And that's how we work. So we end up growing into each other, and we end up being in a bond of 20-something years, man, of getting down and fucking with each other until you went to prison.
Yeah. And I seen on online that y'all was doing some kind of reality show too.
Would have been the biggest, I'm talking about the biggest, heaviest fucking, where nothing would have touched that show, bro. We have a full, if I'm not mistaken, 2 seasons. I know we have a full season in the can because I did all the first production and producing on the first shows. I did it.
So you got all the footage?
Unfortunately, I didn't do the mastering as far as directing. That was the director, David. I was just one of the, and Simon called me. That's how I got involved. Man, I need you in on this, man. What, nigga? I'm finna do my new reality show called Unfinished Business, Black Ball Records. I'm starting this new company called Black Ball Records, and I want to bring you in as the manager of the company, running the whole company. So that's why I became the manager of the company. You know what I mean? Nigga put me on a cap salary, you know what I'm saying, $250,000 salary, the whole nine, paid me good. I was the star of the show, one of the lead producers, so all the footage you've seen down in the neighborhoods, besides the last of Compton, when he was with his daughter from Michigan A&M, that was in Compton. But everything else in LA, South Central, I took the crews down. I took them because Simon wasn't welcome at the time. You know, LA wasn't fucking with him like that. So a lot of these hoods, Crips, Cuz, everything. Because, oh, Big Cap, what's up, Cap? Hey, man, sure can't come down here, though, Cuz, blood. Fuck that nigga, Cuz, blood. You know what I'm saying? The nigga was like on his head. So I took all the crews down there and everything. You know what I mean? Rogers Park, NHP Hood, Inglewood Family Hood. I did all that shit, man. And I know all the little homies. Squeak grew all the homies down there. You know what I'm saying? Me, Rod Dog, I took him down here. Feel me?
Yeah.
And so, but we had that show would have been very, very decent, man, and powerful. And unfortunately, what had happened was on that show is we got put on the back burner because Simon ended up getting into it with Fox, with the executives at Fox, and they shut the shit down on us. Took the last of the production budgets from us and shut everything down as far as the going forward. Because we already had a whole network deal set up, everything to move forward with the show, to release it, because it was released under Fox. They exempt their deal on Simon. He ended up getting into it with his ex. So they just shut everything down. Of course, the masters of everything, the masters of transition, of course, Fox got them. And then David has them for us, the director. So that was the only two people who had access to him. So my role now in the last 5-6 years, I've been on a journey trying to obtain and get the rights to those masters somehow, or set a situation up where I can get that release done. You know, because the people that if that show was to air today, it would become one of the most powerful reality shows still right now today, because of everything that was done, all the footage, the footwork, the groundwork we put in, the whole entire cast. The shit, a lot of the stuff, we only went in certain production mornings where I would sit down with the other producers and writers, and they would ask me, well, what do you think, Nino, on this and this? And then I would consult with them, and we would kind of, you know, critique certain little scripted shit and all the rest. I said, he want everything authentic. This is what he told me. When he asked me his request to sit in here and do this, he said he wanted authentic, and I know how to give authentic. So this is how it's going to be. Let people be them, and let's move on it. For joy, keep them cameras rolling. I'm telling the camera, keep them fucking cameras rolling, and that's how we did it.
Yeah.
So the fight scenes, all that, and when that shit scripted, it was between me and him manipulating. See, if you notice, it was broken into two teams. I had all the males, so he had the females.
Online, it's only like clips, so you don't get to see the.
And remember when I said, motherfucker, I ain't the one showed you, motherfucker, you did.
Yeah.
I'm manipulating that fight, me and Simon, because I'm telling my boy, fuck that Russian, fuck Simon, fuck Sugar, Russian. And that's how they ended up fighting. And he got that laugh with the sick on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was teams. What it was you're an AR, you're a producer, you're a manager, whatever your field was when you came in and got cast. Now you got to go into these hard neighborhoods and recruit this talent. That's why you seen the kid jump out, the little fat cat off of American Idol with the glasses on. Say, hey, I'm such and such. He in the Nixon Garden. That's why I took him to my hood. And that's my little homeboy, little Nunu. Kill Squad, that's my little homeboy that's getting that. That's all authentic shit. I put all that together. All that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it would have been a powerful piece, man. So moving along, that became my introduction to Simon, how I got in the game. I ended up squeezing for $500,000, got on, got a group signed to Death Row. At that time, that's when my little homies OFTB and them was signed over there. Little relatives, Little Wild and them, Big Wild, young Little Stretch and all them was signed as well. So that was a great experience during that time. Then I moved on in the film, put myself in the film school, and I just took off in a whole different level, man, different lane, man, from that aspect.
Yeah. Are you planning on doing any other like films and TV and all this?
Listen, man, because of my babies, 2004, a film ended up, I did a movie in 2004, and the film was released 2004, 2006, and it became one of the most biggest gross DVDs on the airway from HBO, BET, you know what I mean, all the major networks at that time, which was a film called Young Caesar. Code Black owned the film now. They end up owning the film, but this is original film, and I've never told this story on the air. It's a story that I'm going to tell on my podcast show, but I'm going to give a piece to my boy Tap In, man, Dante, man. But I saved the day of Scarface one time, man.
You did what?
I used to fuck with Face. I had Face for like 7 years. We was business partners as well for like 7 or 8 years.
From the Ghetto Boys?
Yeah, Face. Scarface.
Yeah.
Brad Joy. That's my nigga. Shout out to Face, man.
Okay.
For sure. Southwest Houston, Texas, man. My nigga.
Yeah.
Feel me? So, Face came to LA to produce a film, executive produce a film, with his homeboy writer by the name of Homer the Third. Shout out to Homer, man. Homer the Third, who wrote our original movie. And these cats didn't get their credit. So this is why I'm telling you this, man. So Face, the movie was originally Faces. But somehow Faces let these niggas end up jacking him, and they end up with the movie because they did some swindling shit behind his back and backdoor through Def Jam. Because Def Jam put up the budget for the money because, you know, Face was connected and signed to Def Jam at the time. This is when Ludacris deal was going on. So I co-starred in this film. I ended up becoming the music supervisor on the film, me and Chino XL, because I put Chino in. Became the music supervisor of the film, did 65 to 70% of the music on the film, from music score to my music in the film. And the film went on to gross, did well, bro. But none of us won off the motherfucking film because these assholes sold the film to Cold Black. They sold it just flat out for a buyout. Cold Black, this when he was packaging his stuff, and he had the big distribution deal. So of course he got another great piece of content, and it went. Like, you can't be mad at Jeff Clanagan. Yeah. Jeff is just handling his business. Jeff don't know nothing about all the odds and ends, what went on originally of the film. Of course, I'm sure they didn't fill him in with the details. Jeff Clanagan is just doing what a real businessman would do. I do the same shit. I'm coming to buy content. You say it's for sale? My offers are $25,000 a movie. That's what I offer anybody. I don't really give a fuck if you got Lawrence Fishburne in this motherfucker. 25 is gold. And that's what he was giving. I couldn't believe that shit. That blew my head back. Wait a minute. You sold this motherfucker. We went from $876, just a little bitty shy of $1 million budget film, to Jeff Clanagan for $25,000. Michael Newday, Jeff Bird, I could boot you motherfuckers in y'all ass, man. So Scarface called me and tell me, yeah, man, he got. So that's when I went to work. I'm going to get the masters. I got the masters right now today, but they gave me a dummy master, so backup masters. They sold the film.
Damn.
So we ended up losing out on the film. So all the actors on there, like from Sean Blakemore to Dominique Daniels, myself, Chino XL, Effie Crockett, which is his big brother, was the director. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we lost out on royalties or back pay royalties of the film grossing because nobody was connected to the film like that because they sold the film on a buyout. You know what I
mean? Yeah. What was the name of the movie? Do you remember?
Young Caesar.
Young Caesar?
Young Caesar, bro. Young Caesar. Yes.
Yeah, we'll look that up, man.
Yes, Young Caesar, man.
Young Caesar.
It was a good, strong film. You know what I mean? Powerful film. And so that really set me over the top as far as the dynamics of my film career. You know, I had just did Billboard with Dr. Dre for like 6 consecutive weeks. Me and Pac just got signed on to Death Row Films. So me and Tupac was going to be the first actors in Death Row Films. So Dre was in the mix, putting a big script together, big film together based on that, some gangster shit. So I was excited, bro. You know, things was happening. Then all of a sudden, the Dre shit happened. Dre left Death Row. You know what I mean? So shit just fumbled. And then during this time, I ended up with twins. My twins was born. And a couple years later, I became a full-fledged, full-time single father. And when I mean single with 2 babies, 2 twins I had to raise by myself. And stay in school, pursue my careers, pursue my dreams, my visions, everything with 2 kids. And that's what I did.
Yeah.
So it took me out of my film equation for 10 years because I had now become a stay-home father because film had me all over the place. Like my phone rang and tell me, hey, Nino, they want you such that. I'm gone. I only got a packet bag. I leave. I bought some clothes out there. Fuck it. I'm gone. Because I love this shit. It's a passion. Yeah. So I'm with wherever I got to be. Music was secondary to me. It's the same thing. It was the same way. So knowing that I could stay home